Hey there everybody, it's Lance with Love to Hate, back again with another unboxing video. In the mail today, I received the newest expansion of the Loop. This is the Fur Brigade expansion. This is from Pandasaurus Games, and as I mentioned, this is the expansion for the Loop. So let's go ahead and get into this. I will try to undo this plastic wrap here. Now this is the second expansion for the Loop. The first expansion, the Revenge of Foezilla, is one that we will actually be having a review video. Our Hard to Master series of videos, we'll have a review on that here very soon. But anyhow, this is the Fur Brigade, and it says, "Paws in the air, the legendary Fur Brigade is back together again. Play as Cataraman, the Black, king of the Catagicians, and Arsene Lupus, the Wergenterwolf, to go scratch at Dr. Foe's door. And don't forget the new artifacts from R&D with their Void Hole Dimensions and their Charcoal 14 Teletravel Micro Stations." It's just perfect. So this new expansion is going to have a cat theme to it, it looks like. Let's go ahead and take out the contents here. All right, so we get a baggie. We get some new black cubes. We'll have to see what these black cubes are good for, but they are shiny. Some shiny black cubes. And we have two new characters to play as. These are their meeples, of course. Big chunky green one here and a yellow meeple. Now, this is interesting because they are green and yellow, and we already have green and yellow characters, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works if you have two green characters or two yellow characters in the same game, or if that's even possible. It may not be possible. Here are our player boards here. Arsene Lupus, his special ability, each time you activate an artifact with the black hole dimension, drop a black cube in Dr. Foe's machine. We'll have to see in the rules what that means, but here's his setup. He has one little star card, the pancake icon, and one swirl, and then the rest are black hole cards. So he's heavily into black hole cards. There's the artwork on the back of the player board there. And then we have Cataraman the Black, and his whole deck is black hole cards. It says your hand is made up of 4 cards instead of 3, so his hand size is 4. That's pretty cool. But as you can see, he only has black hole cards, so he is not going to be doing any looping at all, or at least not until he gets some other cards. Now here's our rule book, and I'm going to just real quickly try to find these black cubes. So on these teletravel microstations that we call Charcoal 14, for all questions, just send a quick internet electronic memo to Lupus, our in-house expert. Ludaloop14 at the agency 1.0. Otherwise, you could continue to read this booklet. That's funny. I love how the rule book is just fits with the theme here. And so let's see if I can't real quickly try to find out what these cubes do. So it says it allows you to generate Charcoal 14 teletravel microstations in space-time. You take a black cube from the pool and place it on the board in the manner on the arrow described in the effect, just as you would energy cubes. And you now have access to a new action during your turn, in addition to the usual actions. You can spend 1 cube of Charcoal 14 on an arrow to move directly to that arrow, regardless of where you started. So it's a teleportation kind of thing. It lets you move anywhere you want on the board, is what it sounds like when you use the black Charcoal 14 cards. Anyhow, not a very thick rulebook here. We do have some cards, so let's get into the cards real quick. Medicinal herbs. Make 1 artifact available. You can move to its original era to add that card to your deck. That's pretty cool. Magic wand. Destroy 1 artifact from your hand or the hand of another agent. You can move to the destroyed artifact's original era. Hairballs of the Black Flame. Push 1 clone that is on your era. Magical cards. Remove 1 rift from your era. Good Luck Paw, drop 1 energy into Dr. Foe's machine. Wizard Hat, add 1 energy onto Dr. Foe's era. Claw Cane, on an arrow with a charcoal 14, add 1 energy or remove 1 rift. Silver Dentures, on an arrow with a charcoal 14, push 1 clone or add 1 energy. And these, the first cards that I showed you, those were all going to be with Cataraman the Black. That's his starting deck. Now these, starting with Claw Cane and Silver Dentures, these are going to be the cards that you start with Arsene Lupus. And starting hand cards here. 3 Wolf Moonshirt, remove 1 rift from your era or from an era with a charcoal 14. Black Hole Sunglasses, on an arrow with a charcoal 14, push 1 clone or remove 1 rift. Combat Top Hat, push 1 clone from your era or place it onto an arrow with a charcoal 14. And then lastly, Quantum Telecom, add 1 energy onto your era or onto an era with a charcoal 14. So there you have it. And then these are going to be the cards you add into the artifact deck. You have 7 cards here. Emergency Meteorite, remove 1 rift from each era. Now this one, as you can see, has a different type of suit. It's not your traditional suits. So we'll have to look into that as well, what that's about. Machines to recycle, machines to recycle, machines to recycle. That's funny. Destroy 1 artifact in your hand or discard your discard pile. Add the first artifact of the huge deck to your hand. You may destroy it at the end of your turn. That's interesting. Employee of the Universe Medal, apply an attendance bonus, then draw 1 artifact card. Not sure what an attendance bonus means. Divine Charcoal, draw 1 artifact on its original era, add 1 charcoal 14. Carbon Matrix, on an adjacent era, add 1 energy and 1 charcoal 14. Pyroportation Device, on an adjacent era, remove 1 rift and add 1 charcoal 14. And then lastly, Wormhole Scrubber, on an adjacent era, add 1 charcoal 14 and push 1 clone. And as you can see, all of these cards have this icon on it to denote that it belongs to this expansion. And this is also a unique thing here. It's got the star icon, but it also has a charcoal 14 icon in the middle of that suit. So there's definitely some things being shaken up here in this new expansion, the Fur Brigade expansion. That's hard to say for me. Anyhow, this is the new expansion for the Loop from Pandasaurus Games. Leave me some comments down below. Let us know what you think about this particular expansion and if you'd like to see more on it. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified of all of our great new content. I'm Lance, and this is Love to Hate, where we try to help gamers find great games to play with non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.